there we go. Hey, Melanie, how are you doing today?
Hey, good. How are you?
I am doing so good. I am so happy that you're here today with me. I'm super, super excited to talk to Melanie Draughon from Angel Hair. She's a fabulous hairstylist, and we're just going to sit and chat and talk about all hair things. But first off, what is your plans this weekend? Anything fun?
If the weather holds out, I'm hoping to go to the beach. I go with a girlfriend of mine and we do a girls' weekend
Uh-huh.
and hoping that the weather holds out so I can go.
Love it. I don't know what I have planned. Um, my little brother is coming from Idaho, so I'm just going to kind of get ready for that. So that's my fun plans.
And
So yeah, so not yeah, I'm really excited for him to come. So that's kind of the plans. So anyways, well, I guess we should get started. But let's get started. Like, I have a couple questions for you. So first of all, what inspired you to become a hairstylist?
well, I love people. I love the opportunity that hair gives me so that I can sit and talk to people and get to know people. And I
Mhm.
even tell my clients this now. I'm like, I just to like you means I do good hair because I want to do better and better. I want to learn how to do something better and better because I just enjoy the talking and it's one thing we can do nowadays that, you don't really have your phones with you. You talk person to person and you just learn so much about people. And I learn about them, they learn about me. And it's just, I love the relationship part of hair. That's my
Yeah,
favorite.
yeah, I agree. I agree. It is a good relationship part. How long have you been doing hair? Because you're pretty amazing. So I'm just curious.
Well, thank you. I started my own business at 17 and I did a business called Updos that now somebody else owns that I gave them that. And I
Mhm.
did that for a good 2 years. And then I branched off and went to hair school. And I would say I've been doing solid hair for 25 years. So a long time.
Oh, wow. That is so. What has kept you so passionate to be doing hair for this long? Because that's a while.
Well, I think it's mostly a ministry for me. Like
Mhm.
I love what, you know, through Jesus, what he can do to help me love on people. Like I said, giving me the opportunity to do hair and to really just do it better and better and better and to really help people do it because there's so much out here that you get through all kinds of different kinds of um, TikToks and reels. And, it's really just to be real with people in hair and they don't really know their own hair a lot of the times.
Yeah.
And I like to be able to show them, enlighten them. And then, like I said, just have that community. And I call it a relationship. I call it a partnership. It's like we're married. Like they
Yeah.
have to, what they like. I tell them what I think is good and we work together at it. And usually you come away happy.
Yeah. For sure. No, I agree. I agree. So, how do you feel like since you've been in the industry for so long, how's the industry involved in the years that you've been doing it?
Ooh, I say it has changed so much. Like, when I was when my girls and even my grandmother had a salon in her basement. So I
Mhm.
used to do hair in there. But I would say the biggest thing is, back in the day we had like a Mr. Lee's and a Lamberti's that you went and got your hair shampooed and set every month, every week, and perms every 3 months. And
Yeah.
you don't do that anymore. A lot of it is just really the maintenance and the care of the hair where, technology and products have come so far, but it's really knowing the right stylist to help you with the right motive to get you where you need to be. So that's, I would say, the biggest change.
Okay. Okay. And because you've seen these changes, how has the education in the industry changed, or how have you kept current with all the education?
Yeah, I am passionate about educating. Like I was an educator. I love to learn about anything and everything because as the science of the world changes and things with just hair in general changes, like I want to know, I want to be on the cutting edge. I don't want you to be able to go anywhere else and know anything differently. Like just last weekend, I was at a hair show that, from Canada and Europe and just all the fashion things that's 5 years from now. And so I just like to be ahead of that game so that when I come down and it's here in North Carolina, I want to be somebody that is going to be on top of the trends, on top of what's happening. I can be very educated enough to tell you, hey, this product works for you. I know why. This is how I know why. And so just being very thorough in what my knowledge is to share, then that gives you the confidence in knowing that I'm doing the best job I can.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So has the knowledge or has the industry changed since COVID? How has that changed everything? Because I know it's changed the world, but with hair stylists and just business in general with hair, how has it changed since COVID?
It has changed so much. Like I cannot tell you like just the difference in, you know, being able to just really horn in on the fact of people having like, you know, issues from COVID. Like we're seeing a massive amount of hair loss in women, especially men as well. But through having COVID, having the COVID vaccines, any of that, we're seeing like massive hair losses. And I was one of the first ones, I think, in the area to come up with this regimen that you could do with this product that I sell called Xenogen that I guarantee works. And then you mix it with a little bit of the collagen. And I'm telling you, in 30 days, you're going to see immediate result and change from that. But that's where you're seeing a lot of just hair loss in COVID, aside from just business in general, where,
Yeah.
you know, you don't double book as much and you just kind of, you know, take things a little bit more personal, which is another reason why I think it's really important to stay and have a good hairdresser that you trust. So.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. So with the rising costs in everything in the world, pretty much, how have you helped your clients keep their hair care within their budget and to be able to still afford it, but then still make them look fabulous?
Awesome question. Awesome question. I love this one because I feel like there's so many women out here who just feel like, what am I going to do? I can't afford this. I want to do this. But I think a lot of it has to do with communication and having somebody that you feel like you can tell the truth to. And as people, I want you to be able to tell me exactly what it is you can do and what your budget is. And let's work within that budget. Let's try to control like, okay, well, we can do this. But if we don't know what you're feeling and what you need for yourself, then we can't help you achieve those goals. So I feel like you need to sit back and say, hey, you know what? I need to go an extra, you know, week or so. Okay, well, let's work on this. Let me show you how to do this. Let me tweak your color here and there. Like there's so many things you can do to still make it look good, but you need to be honest and have a solid conversation that, you know, we can gray blend. We don't have to gray cover. We can gray stain. We don't have to, you know, completely, you know, every 5 weeks and stretch that out. You know, it's really your comfort level. And my job is to make you look good in that comfort level, whether it be money or whether it be hair, but always enhancing the beauty that God created in you first, because I'm just making that as best as we can for what God has already given us is beautiful.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You're amazing. You are absolutely amazing. Okay, so as we were talking about stretching to work with your budget and hair care and so on, why is hair care or regular hair maintenance so important for the long-term health of your hair?
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that, you know, hair is not something that you just make better. It's a maintenance. It's like brushing your teeth. You have to brush your teeth every day to keep your teeth from getting cavities.
Yeah.
Well, hair is the same situation. If you don't take care of it, the hair just starts to split apart and break apart and get brittle and dry. So we're preserving hair. We're not making new. So on the ends, like the hair from down here, it's maybe, you know, 3-4 years old. And then maybe, you know, 5 or 6 years old. So we have to make that hair stand and stay structured by giving it good trims every 4 to 6 weeks, no longer than 6 weeks, preferably, because then once you start working up that hair shaft and breaking the hair apart, you can move all the way up to the base of that scalp and fix it. So you really want to keep the health of your hair maintained, and it's just good hygiene, I think.
Yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And it just looks better when it's, you know, healthy.
Yeah.
So for sure. So one thing I've noticed is that there are so many ladies out there, especially since COVID, that have started just going gray. What is your thought about the going gray and or trying your advice for women that are I can't talk today, transitioning into going gray?
Yeah. Well, I think that a lot of people feel like they don't have an option. And
Mm,
they look at these people on TikTok and, oh, I can get you gray in 17 hours. And
yeah,
realistic, because your hair does not hold the tone with which they're doing that. And
yeah,
it's really damaging on the hair as well. There's so many different ways, according to the individual, whoever comes in. I always like to gear it based on where their hair is, how much gray they have versus how much natural color they have. And we break it up and we really work with a customized plan to get you there, like, beautifully, not like a harsh line grow out, just something that's very easy to maintain. And we start to flow that, and keeping your hair cut when you're gray and making sure that hair looks good and sassy. We
yeah,
all want to look good. We don't want to feel old. We want to feel where, we are in those days and in that moment. So I really feel like a lot of it is sitting down and letting you guys know that there are so many options, not just grow my gray out and just let it go, or blending it or staining it. There's so many options to that. So I'd be encouraged to have a good conversation to know, with your hairdresser or whoever, happy to take calls too, but to give you a way where you can just help yourself transition and look good at the same time doing that.
yeah, yeah. Now, when your hair turns gray or hair ages, the texture changes. So with that, what is the best tip for women that are trying to maintain the texture and or handle or deal with different textures with their
Yeah.
hair?
Yeah, I think that is probably my biggest conversation that I have when people ask me about growing their gray out. I'm like, it's not really the color that you're gonna hate. It's the texture you're gonna hate. And it's texture is just so you don't know until you know, right? Until you
Yeah,
have the and when that hair doesn't hold, gray hair doesn't like to hold heat. It doesn't want to lay down. It doesn't even want to feel like hair. So it's really hard. That again is where back in the day you went to Lamberti's and Mr. Lee's and roller set it and permed, and you control the texture that way. Well, today you just don't have, it's not really done that well that way.
mhm,
And you can also do keratin treatments, which help smooth it down, but the color is the best defense in hair that really has function and really can make that, I say it like this. You're going to wear your hair every single day. You get every bit of money you put into your hair, you get it out. You
yeah,
know, five
yeah,
pairs, and I'm probably going to wear those shoes maybe once or twice a month.
yeah,
So thinking in that terms, as far as saving money and really realistically looking at what's best for you, I would
yeah.
say color is your best, and going gray is probably not the greatest option, but it's also achievable if that's what you really feel you need to do.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So what is your biggest hair transformation you've ever had with somebody, or like just the care or process or so on?
Oh, I would say extensions are probably the biggest. I
Yeah.
have people who come in and get, like, hair from my length all the way down to the back of their mid back. So,
Wow.
I'd say, those are fun to do because it just transform you into like the Dancing with the Stars look, the big Hollywood glam. And
Yeah.
those are probably the biggest things I think I would say I do to transform somebody from where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. And those are so cool too because it's like so instant that you could like see it. So it's kind of gratifying. And that's
They always say if you could just, raise your hand and grow your hair out, well, that now you can't.
yeah, yeah, for sure. And then and
And you
it's
don't even know you have them in there. Like, you can't even feel them. They're so fun to do. So yeah.
yeah, for sure. So what is, just real quick, what is the biggest hair care myth you can debunk for us?
Oh, I would say the biggest myth is curly hair doesn't need to be cut as often.
Mm,
Curly hair can just be let go. Well, that's probably the worst thing, because curly hair, I call it special needs hair.
yeah,
So it's the kind that almost needs it more than straight hair, because curly hair has like little hooks and they hook together and then they rip apart. So what that
yeah.
does is tear down the hair strand, makes it frizzier, makes it
Mhm.
dry. So I would say curly hair needs to be way more maintenance than straight.
Yeah.
Is my biggest one, I'd say.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What is so when you're looking for a hairstylist, what are the things that you need to look for? What questions should you ask if you're like going to switch, or or when you're looking for a new one?
Well, I think one of the biggest things that I take very seriously is communication. And being able from the very first time you call to make sure that you're, answered appropriately, you're being treated like, you are welcomed, like you are appreciated. I
Yeah.
think a lot of times we're getting into this social media industry and making phone calls or making appointments online, and you don't even know what you need to make the appointment. Well, I have a girl, Elizabeth, that works for me. She's my secretary, and she is immediate talk. Like, I want her to be able to know exactly what you need. We work together as a team. And I think that, to soothe people who, one, may not even know what they need, one, don't even know who they're going to, and being able to feel that comfortability in the very beginning, I think, is super important. So I think customer service is key. Well, and two, can you really feel like the lady's listening to you, or gentleman is listening to you? Do they really hear what you're saying? I know for me, I like to talk 3 times, cut once. Really make sure you understand what they're saying. I can talk to you for forever until I'm sure.
Yeah.
I know another good thing is I do a free consultation. So if you're not even sure, you want to meet and go over things, I'm willing to do that for free, just because I want to make sure you have the right person for you, as well as I want to make sure I have the right person for me. Because when a marriage works well, then you feel confident and you get to enjoy your appointment. You get to come in and have coffee and snacks and, just come as you are, and then feel away feeling just better than you did when you walked in the door. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Lastly, one other question. What is your favorite trend that you're seeing now in the hair industry?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'd say, oh,
I know. I thought I'd like just get you on one. I was
you
like,
did. You got me on it. I would say going from like long to short. People are, they've been long for so long. I mean, myself included. You didn't know me before, but but they didn't know me before. But I love, going from long to short. But I really think then there again, it doesn't matter as long as make sure the person's cutting your hair for your face shape and for your, head shape, because you can go long or short. It's going to look good because it's customized to you. So yeah, I think, and also too, I love, I think the biggest thing for me in hair too is being able to meet people like you and people of all industries, and we just love and support. And I just think that that's so important in small businesses, that we all need to help each other grow and build. And I think that that's just what we should do in the world, is love and help each other however we can, whatever God gives us a talent for.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's the way it makes business run. I mean, especially small business, if we don't love and support each other and help each other grow. So I completely agree with you. Well, all of Melanie's information will be below in the comments. So if you need to get a hold of Melanie, it'll all be there. Or you can just reach out to me and I will get you her information. She's amazing. So you definitely need to connect with her. I do love Melanie, very much so. But Melanie, we appreciate you so much coming on here and just chatting with us today and talking all about hair. Thank you again. And we hope you come on again and chat.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. And I love you.
Love you too.
You're just amazing at what you do. And just even part of just being able to, share businesses. I mean, there's nobody better than what you do as far as, I mean, you've been amazing helping us with our house and helping us find land. So I just, there again, those are how you found good people that do good things, because it never goes around, goes backwards. So thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for making me look amazing, because you do.
Hard.
I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. I hope you have fun at the beach.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.